I, Anne McLachlan, being the returning officer at the election for a Member of Parliament for the Wallasey constituency, do hereby give notice that the number of votes recorded for each candidate is as follows. Kaplan Deborah Lindsay, commonly known as Kaplan Debbie, UK Independence Party, 1,160. Childs Paul Philip, Liberal Democrats, 772. Clough Lillian Isabel Margaret, commonly known as Clough Lily, Green Party, 637. Eagle Angela, Labour Party, 34,552. Livesey Andrew Julian, commonly known as Livesey Andy, Conservatives, 11,232. The number of ballot papers rejected was 77. And I do hereby declare that Angela Eagle is duly elected as the Member of Parliament for Wallasey.
Well, thank you. I would firstly like to thank the returning officer and Wirral Borough Council staff who've helped to ensure that this election was efficiently run and counted here tonight. I would also like to pay tribute to the local police who, following the appalling events in Manchester and London, safeguarded our democratic process in these times of uncertainty and tension. I think we should clap them. What won today in Wallasey were Labour's values and the magnificent campaign my volunteers helped me to fight. Now it looks like the country has rejected Theresa May and rejected her fear and embraced Jeremy Corbyn's hope, authenticity and honesty. And I want to thank my agent, Bridget Freer, for her incredible hard work and her almost frightening levels of organisation. I want to thank the councillors and the hard-working volunteers from all walks of life who've given so much time to the Labour campaign here. I couldn't have done it without all of you. As we campaigned, I was heartened and strengthened by the small stories of how Labour in government, locally and nationally, makes a real difference. I can't thank enough for her encouragement in a moment of exhaustion. The woman I spoke to during one of our many doorstep canvassing sessions, I asked her if she would be voting for me, and she said, "Of course I am, Angela. 23 years ago, I came to see you with my baby daughter, who'd just been born with a hole in her heart. We were living in a very damp flat, and you got me the move to this house. She might have died if you hadn't have helped us." I looked at her vibrant and smiling daughter, and at that moment all the slog and the effort melted away. It's for them that we all worked so hard to get Labour candidates elected, and I am so grateful that they have repaid us with their trust in this election. But tonight across the country, it's clear that the Tories are the losers. I don't know about you, but honestly, it couldn't have happened to a nicer bunch of cruel, economically illiterate, flip-flopping incompetents. Defeating the Tories has been my mission since I first joined the Labour Party at 16. It was my mission when I worked for the health service trade union COSI. It was my mission when I first sought election here in Wallasey in 1992, defeating the Tory incumbent, and it remains my mission now. So tonight, Labour may not have a majority, but it truly is a victory for our party and our country. It's the result of 7 years of misery for too many of my constituents who are all too often on the receiving end of the casual cruelty and the snuffed-out life chances that this Tory government delivered alongside its unfairly distributed cuts. So why has this election defied the pundits and pollsters' predictions of 7 weeks ago? Ask my constituents. This is a Tory government that has an appalling record on its self-defeating austerity project, which has strangled investment and stalled growth, on its callous treatment of the poorest and most vulnerable in society. And I regularly see its victims in tears in my advice surgeries. And let me be clear, this has been the worst, most incompetent, most out-of-touch Tory campaign in living memory. We have a Prime Minister who called a general election when she said she wouldn't, and then refused to turn up at all. Throughout this campaign, she avoided scrutiny like a vampire avoids the sunlight. We have a Chancellor who went AWOL for the whole campaign. And why? Because they have nothing to boast about on the economy, the subject which has dared not speak its name in this election. I want to thank and congratulate our leader, Jeremy Corbyn. He campaigned positively to communicate the Labour values that we share. But let us not be complacent. Our movement must continue to broaden its reach and open its ears to ensure that those who were not convinced by us this time will be next time. And I pledge to play my part, any part my party should ask of me. We face an incredibly important task in the next few years, negotiating a new future that protects jobs, investment, growth, security and our influence in a rapidly changing world. This election was called specifically on Brexit. Theresa May said again and again that this was about Brexit. Well, the people have spoken. They have rejected Theresa May's approach to Brexit. Childish, pointless hostility to Europe, combined with an uncritical attitude to Donald Trump. The real coalition of chaos, Liam Fox, David Davis and Boris Johnson, who spent the election acting the fool and brawling with my friend Andrew Gwynn. In these circumstances, Parliament must revisit the negotiating strategy and play a central role in managing the Brexit negotiations with a genuine parliamentary vote on any final deal. Anything less would be unacceptable. So we've got a lot to get on with, and I would like to thank the people of Wallasey for allowing me to represent you in the next Parliament. I promise to you to give my effort, my dedication and my complete commitments in the month ahead. Thank you.